This extremely compact multi-purpose quartz production unit converts cobblestone into quartz while also generating byproducts of gold nuggets, flint, and clay, allowing it to even double as a gold farm when it's not in use for quartz production. Overall, in this video we will dive into everything about this machine, like its features, how it works, how to set this machine up via pasting it in with a schematic, and how to build it by hand if you choose not to use a schematic. Each section is timestamped for your convenience, so you can jump to the parts that you need. With all that being said, let's start with the machine's main features. First off, there are no shortcuts with this machine, containing no mechanical arms or speed controllers used in this build. Second, it has an overflow prevention system, which stops the machine if the main output storage becomes full, preventing lag and items from being wasted. Additionally, it will automatically burn any byproducts of flint, clay, and gold nuggets if the byproducts output barrel becomes full, saving on lag and ensuring that the machine will continue operations on its main resource. Third, it uses a system called bulk processing, allowing for multiple stacks of items to be processed at once, making for a far more efficient method of washing and haunting items as compared to traditional setups. Lastly is its extremely compact design, following a strict Link series design rule system which I follow for all of my builds like this one, which ensures that every machine like this one is no more than 3 blocks wide and 4 blocks tall, with inputs at the front and outputs at the back, allowing it to easily link with other Link series builds or your existing automation network. For more details on what Link series is, check the link in the top right hand corner of your screen right now or in the video's description. Moving along, let's look at the inputs the machine is going to require to operate, which is 36 stress units times every RPM you give the machine, followed by 270 cobblestone times every RPM. So make sure you have some sort of basic power generation method and cobblestone generator to set up for this machine before building it. As far as the estimated outputs the machine will produce is 131.25 quartz times every RPM, as well as byproducts of gold nuggets, flint, and clay, which will greatly vary in output amounts. Overall, these rates depend on the RPM you supply to the machine, and are to be used as a reference, for they are not 100% accurate since all the outputs are based on percentage chances. With all that out of the way, let's break down how this machine works, starting at the front input, where items are inputted in via a frog port, packager, and restocker setup, designed to receive cobblestone from a cobblestone generator. A stock link and restocker combination is recommended to allow the machines to communicate across your network to allow for the machine to supply itself with the adequate resources. When the machine receives its package of cobblestone via a frog port, it takes the packages and sends them into a packager, which unpacks the boxes into cobblestone and deposits it into a barrel. A brass funnel on the side of the barrel outputs the cobblestone into a pair of crushing wheels, converting it into gravel. The gravel then drops onto a belt and is sent into another pair of crushing wheels, which turns it into sand, producing flint and clay as byproducts. These byproducts are directed to the back of the machine into an andesite funnel connected to a byproducts output barrel. Meanwhile, the sand is sent into a brass funnel, filtered to sand. Next, that sand is sent into a depot where it is then transported into another barrel via an andesite funnel. The sand is then shot out of the top of this barrel and haunted by a haunted campfire and encased fan, transforming it into soul sand. The soul sand is inserted into a vault via a brass funnel, filtered to soul sand. From the vault, the soul sand is outputted via another brass funnel and washed down into quartz and gold nuggets. The quartz is sent to the output chest via a brass funnel, filtered to quartz, while the gold nuggets are dropped into a smart chute filtered to gold nuggets. These nuggets are then sent into a hopper facing a belt, where they travel down the belt and are directed into the andesite funnel connected to the byproducts output barrel. Now that we've broken down the functions of this machine, as well as everything about it, it's time to dive into the build guide. First, we are going to complete the materials list, which I will leave in the top left hand corner of your screen till the tutorial is over. If you're on an older version of Create and don't have access to the Create post-production features, you can still follow along with this tutorial and just ignore the post-production items. Now that you have built the first layer, take yourself an andesite casing and place it on these shafts and this one right here. Now that you have completed the second layer, take yourself an andesite casing and place it on these shafts right here. Once again, take yourself an andesite casing and place it on these shafts and the shaft in the middle. Now for this layer, do what we've done for all the other layers and place andesite casings on these shafts. Now take yourself an andesite door and place it on the back side of this machine like this. Now take yourself 2 stock links and a factory gauge and make sure they're connected to your cobblestone generator or wherever else you're getting your inputs from. Now place your factory gauge on this packager here on the front, and take your 2 stock links and place it on the back 2 packagers right here and here. Now let's move on to the setup guide. Whether you've built it by hand or have pasted it in via a schematic, the setup process will be the exact same. If you're on version v6.0 plus of Create, you will need to connect all of the frog ports to your chain conveyor system. You can name them whatever you'd like. Next, link your stock link to your network and place it back down on its respective packager. Now place a factory gauge / restocker linked to a corresponding stock link and place it on the packager and assign it to cobblestone. Set the maintained stock to 16 stacks. Now for the rest of this setup, it applies to all versions of the build and Create. First, waterlog the copycat frame under the vault. Now place lava on the back side of the machine behind the door under the andesite funnel. Lastly, apply rotational power anywhere to the machine at any speed, ensuring that all the components spin correctly. I'll have additional information about this build, like the default settings for the brass funnels, smart chutes, threshold switches, and redstone links, in the same place where you can find the schematic download, which is linked in the video's description. As always, if you run into any issues with this build, please reach out to us on the Our Creation Discord. And also consider joining the Link Series project for early access as well as bonus builds like this one. More details can be found in the video's description.